Hello, welcome. Happy Wednesday to you all. Welcome. Um, Basically, we're going to be doing a little bit of um, a bit of what the signs are saying to me. Um, there's always good progress. There's always a beginning, middle, and end. You know, um, so basically that's what it seems to be. I know I've been doing lots of videos. I'm so happy that I had like more of more things to do. But the thing is that what I'm trying to say is that we're going to figure out what's going to happen, um, and we're going to feel what's going on through through what the cards are saying to me at the same time. So basically, in that note, um, we're going to say who, what, where, when, why, and sometimes how. In this situation where we have to figure out who's doing this, what's doing this, and then we'll do some numbers for you of the playing cards. We're going to figure out the dice situation. So we're going to figure out what's going to happen, and so that's what it is. I'm not going to be doing a long video, but I'm going to do this as short and sweet. So this is what it seems to be, and yeah, this is gonna be a Wednesday's video, and I hope that you guys will watch this at the same time. So basically, that's what it is at the moment. I know it's been a while since I made these videos, but basically that's what happens. So basically that's what it is, and yeah, it's gonna be like that. Okay, so that's what it seems to be, and we're gonna figure this out. So we're going to get two cards, and then we're going to work our way to get to this big puzzle. So here we go. All right, so basically, point being is that, well, minutes for a second here. So basically this is what it is. So on the left side you have the lion. Ask for what you want. That comes in. That's very interesting for this reading. And on the right side you have butterfly. Get ready for big changes. Yeah, so basically in that note, we're going to figure this out. And we're going to figure out, like, ask for what you want, and then get ready for big changes. And this is between the good side, the bad side, who, what, where, and why in this situation. And we have to figure this out, right? It's kind of like finding the treasure. You're trying to find the treasure. So we're going to figure out this as what it seems to be, and we're going to go down here, and we're going to figure this out. So we'll do one card that represents that. We have the Ten of Cups. So you have the Ten of Cups represents Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces in this situation. Very interesting. Um, very nostalgic energy in this situation. You could be, you're having everything that you wanted as well. There's always that situation. And when you have everything that you wanted, that's what it seems to be. Now, basically, what I'm going to say is for this one is this what it is. So let's see. Um, we're going to figure this out as well. So figure that one out and figure that one out. Okay. So basically, this is like a video that I'm going to make. So we have the Ten of Cups upright, right? So basically it represents you. But these three cards, we're going to see who represents you. On that side, we have the Nine of Water. Your wish comes true. Concerns fade away. A love of life. Queen of Air is independent, experienced, realistic, witty, objective decisions making, clearly, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in the situation. And last one, It is the page of air, logical, honest, impulsive, curious, challenging information, delays or change to plans, true deliver without tact. Yeah, that's what it seems to be. Now you have water and air in this situation at the same time. Now, very, very interesting. Okay, this is almost looks like a periodic table in this situation. Um, Nevertheless, it's kind of like giving you lots of info of the situation. You can be who you want to be as very good. There's always something in this situation. It's very that way. And when I think about this, um, it's very uh, interesting on how everything's kind of seems to be. We have to remember that when we take sides as what they are, you have to remember about it, right? There's always a good side and a bad side. And what I'm saying is that you have to be good about this situation. Nevertheless, is that when you do this as a way, you have to be expected, right? You have to be expected of going the left side or going the right side. Now, between the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Air at the same time, basically what that means is that, when you have the objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in a situation, you basically are laughing it out. You're basically laughing it off. This is what I meant. And that's what it seems to be. Now, um, periodic way of the nine of water in this situation, it says your wish comes true, concerns fade away, a love of life. That could happen too. You know, there's always a reason behind this. It's at the same time, you can be lovable to understand about this. There's always a better understanding. There's always no rights and wrongs in this situation. By golly, it could be rights and wrongs, like dislikes and disagreements. But when you are changing to get ready for big changes, what the butterfly is saying, or the lion saying, ask for what you want, you know, you can have everything that you want to decide to what the Ten of Cups is saying. You have everything that you wanted. But there, but But realistically, is that you have to remember that when things go your way or not, don't look at that the highway situation. Don't look at that. It's very appealing. It's like peeling a banana. Once when you're done with the banana, you throw the peel away, right, and put it into the compost. Now that's what it seems to be. But anyway, I'm not talking about food here. I'm just talking about what this reading is, okay? What I'm saying is that you have to remember that when you ask for what you want, you can decide about that. When you get ready for big changes, you actually are going to be doing that. Life is like almost a gamble, but it's not really. It's a way of seeing a different picture. You know, Once you see that different picture, expected about that. You can see how this relates to you, because when I think about this, you know, um, it kind of gives me a way of knowing about this. We have to take sides of what they are, vice versa. We have to remember that when I do numerology, astrology, and algebra at the same time, basically about those, you have to remember about that, because when I think about this, there's always a not right or wrong situation. You know, if you go your left side, you're going the left side. If you're going the right side, you're going the right side. But the thing is that when it grabs to my own attention of what the cards are saying to me, basically it tells me that there's always a different picture. You know, um, when you think about a song or anything like that, it kind of grabs your attention. It really does. Now, as a matter of fact, it would be, but the point being is that it's not going your way. Nonetheless, it is, right? So what I'm saying is that you have to remember that when I think about this as a right-sided point of view, that's what it seems to be, right? That's what it is, vice versa. Um, and that's what it seems to be. So I wonder who is following you in this situation. Um, we're going to figure out who's following you. So who's following water signs and air signs in this situation? And basically what it is, I'll grab two cards in this situation. So let's see. The first card is the Eight of Hearts, and the last card is the King of Hearts. So now it's actually the zodiac signs. You have water signs, air signs, plus water signs at the same time. That's 9 zodiac signs. So you have Aquarius, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Then you have Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces, plus Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That's nine. That's 9 zodiac signs right there. Now, all this seems to be very interesting, right? Now, I'm not going to be stopping there. Let's keep going. The point being is that when you ask for what you want or, get ready for big changes, go ahead, do that. But, it's not going to stop you. You have to remember that when things go from left to right or right to left or whatever, that's what it seems to be. There's always a different story, there's always a different end. But it's very good at what you do. When I think about this, the Queen of Air situation, when it says objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in the situation, you're like kind of like laughing at that. If you're asking me what Zoe Alex is saying, seeing the humor in a situation, it's like you're laughing at someone, and then that someone, for example, is not getting what you're asking for, ask for what you want or anything like that, and then you're making like it's almost like an insult, and they don't even get the joke. They don't understand that. So basically what it means is that if you go and back off a bit, you will do this as much as you can. You know, that's what it seems to be. Now I'll do the dice situation. I won't have very much time, but I'll do the dice situation of what the dice are saying. So we have a 3, 3, oh no, we have a 3, 2, 6, and a 4. So basically in that, if you have January, March, April, and June in this situation, go ahead with that. This could be, the numerology, right? If you have a 32, if you're 62, if you're 42, if you're 63, 64, 36, 43, 34, all these numbers, 23. If you look at all these numbers, that's what it seems to be, okay? Now, Um, the letters I will put in the description box below, so you will see those as well. But the point being is that that's what I have for you. Now, the point being is that you have to pay attention of what you're going to do next. There's always a good saying, is like, never cry over spilt milk, or, you know, um, water underneath the bridge, or something like that. There's an old saying to that. And what I mean is that that's what it kind of is. It's very optimistic about how everything kind of changes. Um, And let me try to give you an example. It's like when you get the Ten of Cups, for example, to get everything that you wanted, that's fine by you. But remember, when you don't get everything that you want, um, it kind of like gives you a different perspective way, you know. Um, it's like when I think about this as ask for what you want in the lion situation, or even the butterfly get ready for big changes. That's what it seems to be. You know, you're following your intuition, you're following your gut feelings, you're following where you're gonna go from left or right. You know, that's what it seems to be. And the playing cards kind of represent that, you know, at the same time. So, you know, nonetheless, is that that's what it seems to be, right? Um, but try to look at the numerology, astrology, and algebra at the same time because it will give you a way of describing of what you're going to do, right? And nonetheless, is that that's what it seems to be. So if you think about this and think, okay, I'm doing the right thing, go ahead and do that because that's what I kind of have for you. And that's what it seems to be, right? Because when I think about this and I do numerology, astrology, um, algebra at the same time, you know, when I do all those, I'm kind of like doing what, uh, you know, our ancestors or, you know, what God is saying about, you know, our numbers and letters and all that, right? And, you know, you can look at that through the Bible situation. You know, the Bible can give you so many clues, so many stories, and so many letters and numbers and whatnot. Because when I think about this, this is like almost like a two-way street, but it's not really. It's not that typical way because when I use the dice, if I use the playing cards, if I use, you know, uh, the the storyline in this situation, that's what it seems to be, you know. So if you just picture it, then you will picture it, right? So that's what I have for you. Um, and try to have independent experience, realistic, witty, logic, honest, impulsive, curious. If you have all those, just try to do that, you know, and that's what it seems to be because when I do these readings for all of you, you know, I make sure to be who I am to give you a good explanation, a good method of knowing, right? And that's what it seems to be because when I think about this down the road or something like that, you have to remember that this can be a good way, this can be not a good way, but nonetheless, that's what it seems to be, right? Um, and that's what I have for you. So I hope that this reading will help you as long as I can. Remember to, look at what you're going to do from your all-time being, and it will give you a time, a month, a year. If you look at who, what, where, when, why, sometimes how, in that situation, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. But think about this. Think about as a good way of, creating yourself. It's a good way of projecting, you know. Look at things from a different angle. Look at things from a different way, you know. And if you look at numerology, astrology, algebra at the same time, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that because that will give you the whole way of knowing what I'm talking about. Okay? Because when I do this, I'm very good at this, right? And before I let you go, there's only one thing that you must learn is pay attention to what I'm talking about. Pay attention about what the readings are. Pay attention about the dice. Pay attention about the playing cards. You know, that's what it seems to be. You have to pay attention to who, what, where, when, why, how, all that. And, you know, that's what I will be doing for you. Okay, so thank you. Um, Enjoy, and I'll see you when I see you, and have a fabulous day to you all. And I hope that you can subscribe to my channel, and I hope that you guys can watch more videos. All right, I'll see you next time, and have a good day, and thank you very much, and bye for now. Bye.